Yo, never mind what you've seen.
Never mind what y'all heard.
Welcome to Seen and Not Heard. We have some guests in the building. We have Tim.
Yo, what up?
And we have Tamika. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for our guests. You know what I'm saying? So today we have a good movie, and I mean, it's a classic.
I was gonna say it's a classic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I mean, the movie's older than some of us.
It's true.
Yeah, well, I don't know everybody's age. I was gonna say all of us, but I think all of us.
older than me.
Here, so.
Besides, you don't look it. You don't look it.
Right. You don't look it. Good. Like, I just know, like, are you 90s?
Yeah.
Technically 90s, so.
What?
Yo, you 90s?
91.
Word?
Damn, not even 90.
I wouldn't
that's
get you.
crazy.
You got real like 80s
Grown.
babies vibes.
Yeah, like,
Oh, word.
good.
I mean,
no, that's
yeah.
a compliment.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like,
my whole life, also, yeah.
Yeah, some of y'all could be weird. You're not one of those.
Nah, that's a fact.
It's a fact.
You already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Anyway.
But since we talk about the 80s, the movie today, oh man, not only a fan favorite, but a house favorite. Shout out to Royal Soul Production. You know what I'm saying? My guys in the back, my man Dakota, this is probably one of his first suggestions. He really verbally suggested this movie. So here we are. If y'all heard the in the back, that is the vote for Lean On Me. Here we go. You smoke crack, don't you?
In the first 10 minutes, though.
Oh, man.
Yo, do you notice how that pulls you in?
Yo, the first 10 minutes, like the earliest parts of the movie,
Is what, the 60s?
The 60s.
1967.
60s. Yep.
yo, what I like about that is like showing the evolution of him. Like when the school was predominantly white, and he was in the dashiki,
he had the fro.
he had the fro, everything.
Revolutionary.
Like they did everything they could do to make Morgan Freeman not be the ageless guy that we all know him to be, because he's been the same age all of our lives.
Bro, that's a fact.
But they tried to
They
like,
did a good job, though.
yeah, for sure.
Definitely a different version of Black Don't Crack.
Yeah, for sure. And we are not going to talk much about Morgan Freeman because his personal life is a whole nother
A
story.
little, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know much about his personal.
I might get him confused, but I think he did drugs.
No.
You want to end racism? Stop talking about it. amongst
Okay.
other.
he
yeah.
he like married his step granddaughter or something.
Are you serious?
Oh, I am. All right. That's even.
Man. You know
All
what?
right.
That
Sorry.
just took this movie to a whole
Back
nother
to Joe
level.
Clark.
Oh, man.
Enough about the.
Joe Clark.
Yo,
Talking about-
now when he rubs on what's her name's face, the young girl, when he's like,
Kanisha.
when he rubs on her face when first, yeah, good to see you. I had you back in
son.
fifth grade.
Oh, nah.
Now that's next level creep to me.
Nasty.
That's nasty.
I'm sorry.
back
I'm
to
sorry
the
for the
movie. Back
fact.
to Joe.
I literally just ruined Shay's childhood telling her that. I was like, why am I the only person that knew this?
You are the person
Like,
that
no,
knows
it was.
that.
I listened to too many podcasts. Somebody else said it before me. But anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was getting him confused with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh no, not Samuel.
Yeah, I know.
No.
No. That's completely.
I mean, they
that's
both
what I was
been
talking about
old
when they
forever.
were-
Whole life.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, but he had a drug problem. And he went
Right.
to
Yeah,
like
that's
HB,
true.
Yeah.
But when he was in that room, all the kids were white. He was teaching them lessons. I thought it was really cool when he talked about brew. He talked about to taint, to stain. You seen him weaving throughout the aisles, and he would like touch the white kid's shoulder. Like that was like a cool visual.
Yeah, especially at
So
that
like,
time.
like exactly, he had and he talked about the spirit of racism in Brew society. I forgot what it was verbatim. But I thought that was really cool that he said that.
Yeah.
And like how he was teaching them, he had like the American flag that said "by any means necessary" on it in the background in the classroom.
Yeah.
Like okay, so once again, guys, we are here with people that are educators. So how have you guys outfitted your classrooms? Or, you don't have the classroom. Do you have a classroom per se?
Well,
or
now I
you have an office?
Yeah, before I had an office, now I have a classroom and an office.
Okay.
Like, multiple hats, but yeah.
Right. So how have you guys outfitted your space to make sure that you impart things to the kids?
I think this is the first year I actually got it right.
Okay.
Last year it was so challenging that I found myself changing the room like every 3 weeks. Like I moved this child here, she becomes tucked, whatever. So getting it to fit whenever you have a bunch of students who only see each other in school. And
Yo,
like,
I remember one time she was doing Sexy Red to the kids. Wait, but she remixed it to get the like.
yes.
Hold on, I need you to
Yes,
further
yes,
elaborate
yes.
because you
No,
just
no,
because what you
remix.
said was
I got nervous for a second.
you
Wait,
was
no,
doing sexy
no,
red
no,
to
no,
the
no,
kids.
no, no, not at all.
Yeah, I got,
So
I
my
got nervous for a
students-
second.
No.
My students, when I do the traditional, like, 1, 2, 3, look at me, or they would not respond.
Okay.
So one of the kids suggested that one time, like, she was like, you should do Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind up in here. And they would say, okay. So I was like, okay. And that worked, like, for that one class. And then when I tried that with another class, they didn't know that song.
That song. Okay.
So I had to do, if you see me, you trying to see what's up, they will respond, ski. And it worked. And
Yo,
I ain't gonna hold
get
you.
it. I get it.
might
to
take
connect-
that.
I
like
get it.
as a connecting thread, like you know what I
yeah,
mean.
so it's like you're always trying to find things that's gonna work for you and the children, and like you just want to have your children not under control, but you want to make it be like a conducive to learning, right? So you could try many different things until you find one that works, and that can be very, I'll say challenging. I'll just end with that. So when I saw that, I was like, this is the first year that I can actually walk past my students. Good job. Hand on the shoulder. And they're responding like, okay, I know I'm cared about. I know that my previous students know that I cared, but getting them to take in the information that I was trying to teach, because people don't find history interesting, it was kind of hard. So you're always just trying to like be innovative, and how can I get them to respond? How can I get them to learn? And I don't know. I think this is the year that is going to be like my best.
Word. That's
That's
dope.
dope.
That's real dope.
How about you, bro?
Yeah, that's fire because I feel like it's the complete opposite. This is the year that one of these kids, it might go down. Nah, man. For my classroom setting, so
Because your kids are older, right?
so I have all high school,
High school
all
age.
high school,
Yep.
and
You deal
now-
with all grades or
yeah.
one
So
grade?
now all grades. So
Okay,
so
damn.
previously I was the culture manager for the building, so all the students just know me as I come in, make sure it's lit. They're gonna have a good time,
Right.
and of course that's to raise.
That's a fire position.
Yo, it really is. I just came.
son,
I
I should've
came
went to
back. And it
college,
was
That was
like,
fire.
I
yeah,
should have went to college.
they kind of created the position. So I was like, I'm
That's
with
dope.
this. And my sole purpose was just to raise attendance percentages, raise grades, to incentivize trips and dances and sneaker bowls, and y'all know all the breakfasts. I would just all that type of stuff. Then through that, my role kind of transitioned as the school evolved. So now our school is predominantly disengaged students, like students that are chronically disengaged. So whether it be just solely attendance issues, or they come but they're not doing anything.
tapped out.
Yeah, man. So a lot of students were seeing a drop off from not only graduation, but of course they're not going to college. They're not interested in any like post-secondary learning. So so now my new role is senior analyst of college and career. But so I oversee 16 career labs. So it varies from like HVAC to culinary, CNA programs, building skills. It's all types of everything. So these students actually get hands-on learning with that, and then from there, I send them over to STIC. They get certifications by the time they graduate, all that type of stuff. But,
Oh wow.
Dope.
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
man. So
Wow.
it's been super impactful.
Hell yeah.
I'm going into this is year 2 now in that role, and it's been super dope, but super challenging now that I'm seeing what a teacher goes through. So now I'm in this classroom. Like Tuesday, Thursday, I don't lead a classroom. And, I'm the teacher that we all got our own dabs, handshake. I got pictures of sneakers on the wall, all of that. And, I want students to always know that education doesn't look like one thing. Like when we were coming up, education looked corny. It was boring. It was, older white guy or woman, just this is what you got to do and you got to hit the books. Like, I didn't know education was cool and fun until I went off to college. You know what I'm saying? So until I went to HBCU. So I try to make sure that my students feel that.
That's dope. It's funny that you're talking about like challenges and everything. So like how have either one of you guys or both of you guys, how have you balanced discipline with support? Like how do you, a kid is going through something, man, messed up or whatever, but how do you you balance it out? Like they have to be reprimanded. Obviously you can't just be walking all over the teacher, but how do you How do you balance that out, especially you, because you're saying you deal with difficult, with kids that are in difficult
So
situations.
I think like it depends on the student and just earning that or learning that report or getting that report, right? So I have like one student who's like, yeah, I'm about to do 5 months. So my relationship with him is completely different than the student who comes in and who wants to learn. So it's like one of those things where I have to let him know, like, I was born and raised in Springfield. A lot of my friends went to lock up at your age. Like, I am here. If you have a problem, I'm here to listen. Like, I'm not saying I'm always an educator, but if you ever need me to wear a different hat, I'm here for you. And then, like, just going back to the straight A student, just encouraging her and keeping her on the right. So it's just, like, building rapport and learning the different personalities and the different things that kids go through because they're not in charge of themselves. Like, these are still people who are under people. So it's like you have to learn to be the person that they can depend on in a sense.
Yeah. I kind of second that. You know, a lot of my students, I say chronically disengaged, and that's for a multitude of reasons. You know what I mean? Like parents at home, no parents at home, whatever the case is. So
I mean,
my
we know
relationship,
what we seen when we were in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
yeah, we
And
knew
now
some
it's
kids were
worse.
fucked up.
I want to say social media really, like, the parents who were trying to parent before, like, now when they're home, they're, like, busy trying to do their own thing. So,
Big facts.
So when y'all look at the movie, sorry to cut you off. When y'all look at the movie and you think of his question and how he was able to go, like him and the vice principal was able to go with a student and intervene and talk to the parent and knock on their door. How does that play in this day and age with all the politics and like like boundaries that
was, like,
that
similar to my
2024
follow-up.
sets up for you?
Honestly,
go ahead, you go.
honestly, I feel like it resonated more than I thought it would. So I ain't watched that movie since I was like a teenager with my mom.
Right.
So spinning the block and watching that over the weekend, I'm like, yo, this is literally what I do. I go to these doors, boom, boom. Hey, what up? It's Mr. Todd. Yo, it's Ty in the building. Like, these parents know me. I pull up. They don't mind cooking dinner, talking to you.
That's good.
You know, unfortunately, you pull up, somebody's dad, mom might be drinking a 40, but they got enough respect, put that to the side and,
Sure.
you know what I mean, rap with you. So it's kind of like full circle now. I feel like we lost it at one point. There was a lot of politics, and now it's getting back to, do whatever you got to do to get this kid in the building. And that's kind of where we at with my school now.
It's good to know that if the intentions are pure, they don't hold the boundaries against good intentions.
Yeah.
Because,
For
like,
certain
you know what I
people.
mean? Like,
Certain
before,
people.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, certain people. If you one of them ones in the building, then cool.
Because I remember seeing, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like little things I remember. Like, the same way I remembered the thing in your story of how you got the kids' attention.
Yeah.
I remember you calling one of your students, like, your little bro.
Yeah.
And, like, talking about helping him set up to go to college and stuff. And I was like, that's dope. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, everybody doesn't have a teacher. But a lot of us have that one teacher that they had more of a connection with than the other 7 that they had to deal with that day. And you know what I mean? Like, it's good to know that y'all are doing that and that y'all look like us.
Yeah, that's a huge part.
So I want to go back to, like, rolling up or whatever. I remember, like, my first year teaching. There's this one little boy who was like, I live on King Street and you would not come to my house. And I was like,
What?
King Street? I said, you don't know.
Fam,
You don't know me.
Actually, I had plans to go there tonight around 5 anyway.
Around the corner, like, yo,
Like,
man,
really?
the daycare,
That
like, what are you
ass,
talking
he got
about?
off the bus. I was like, where's your mom at? He was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, you didn't think. I was like, where do you think I'm from?
Right.
Where do you think I'm from? Like, don't play with me. This is when I taught in Springfield. Holyoke's a little different. We have someone in position to pull up. But I was like, yeah. So from that day on, he was like, oh, you don't play. To this day, he keeps in contact with me.
That's dope.
Because he was like, you really cared. And I was like, why wouldn't I?
No,
But look at how many people, I hate to say it, but look at how many adults kids come in contact with that don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes for some kids it's starting in their home.
Yeah.
Evidenced by that scene.
Yeah.
They're pulling up because she got put out the house by her own mom.
Right.
Even if her mom's reasoning was, I don't want her to see me like this, it still was like her feeling, the child feeling the rejection.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like when they're coming face to y'all, like kids are pretty logical people. I hate to say it, but like they don't have like a lifetime of trauma, experiences, knowledge, and all these things to factor in. So they're operating on like a bare minimum amount of information to put things together. So they're like, yo, I've experienced about 20 adults in my life, and 2 of them gave a damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what makes you not be like the majority?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just logic for them. Like, they're not judging you. That's why I hate to say it, but for teachers, y'all got to prove yourselves to be
100%,
different.
100%. Every day. Every day, no matter what the situation is. Like, they got to know that, like you said, you actually give a damn. And that's the thing is, when you do give a damn, that's when you start to, that's when you tired, you show up every day, you know what I mean? But I try to make sure my students never feel that, you know what I mean? So I always show up smiling, laughing, joking. And they know if I'm serious, it's a reason why I'm serious. And typically, that like I'll be serious in a joking manner. But if I'm mad at you, you know 100% you did something wrong. Because I ain't never mad. I don't never show up mad.
That's good.
But I think it's good. And it's funny because I was talking with Shay about it, my lady or whatever, because she coaches, and I think you know, consistency is so important.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna love on them hard. Right. If you're gonna be angry hard. But like when you don't do it consistently, like if your enthusiasm is light, but then your anger is super heightened, they don't know how to expect you.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, either be mellow all the time
Facts.
or be emphatic all the time. You know what I mean? Because kids need consistency.
Yeah.
And just like that movie, what a lot of students are lacking is that consistency
Like,
even at home.
look how much they loved him.
Yo.
He was never he was like, there was a few bright moments when he was like laughed with them, but for the most part, he was aggressive.
He was
but
a
they could tell
dickhead.
that he
I
cared.
was just saying, that was gonna be my next question. How do y'all feel about his leadership style? And
That's funny, but what I felt like he needed to do was show the children that like everybody could get it. Like, you guys are all in this together. So like, you guys brought me in, and I need you all to come together as a team and pass this test. So everyone is gonna get it the same, because it's like the outcome matters for all of us.
Yeah.
And that now, I wouldn't have been there. I would have been one of those teachers.
Oh, you would've quit.
Y'all could get, right.
you would have quit.
Yeah.
You wasn't rolling with the HNIC?
I was about to say, I hear all this positivity
Yo,
shit, but
that's my favorite line in the whole shit. Despite popular belief, I'm the head nigga in charge. Yo, he had
Wait,
to shut
so-
up to the
so-
superintendent.
facts.
Is that the first time y'all heard the term HNIC?
No.
Well, I heard it from my mom, but effectively, I knew she got it from the movie.
You said
Yeah.
no?
No.
When I think back, yes, but me recalling, of course, I'm a hip hop
So
kid,
you're
so
gonna
it's
say Prodigy.
Yeah,
But he got it from that.
Right.
I'm thinking, 'cause
Right.
that's older.
That is so old. I'm older.
So what's older?
So my mom and like this is after the movie, of course. I'm assuming they got it from there. Like, whenever things were, I'm the HNIC. I'm like, what?
Like, I feel like it. There's probably some black exploitation shit that probably some pimp shit
I
that
was
probably
like, we gotta like go back.
But
Yo, we gotta have
this
a black.
movie-
We gotta do some black exploitation.
I'm down for that. I'm
But I
heavily
can't.
down.
I
for
can't
that.
do it without women here though, because like
Word.
it's way too misogynist.
It is. It's just
Like a
we
bunch
need
of
to push the
dudes sitting here
dialogue,
talking
yeah.
about Superfly and go crazy.
Dolomite and shit.
can't do it.
Nah. So I just think the movie probably popularized it. It probably was said before. You know what I'm saying? But
I watched it with my I watched it with my mate who's white, and he was like, "Oh, I guess that's been a thing." And I was like, "Oh, you are so not like welcome to the '90s where those terms were like actually
That's crazy because he was always around. Like,
middle school."
Oh, okay.
Hanging out with
got it.
people
Heard you.
who look like me.
But I mean, middle school. I'm assuming he's older now.
Yeah.
That he hadn't heard it throughout that whole time, like that phrase.
Like
I don't
Prodigy.
know if he was like joking,
Oh, okay.
but
Valid.
because he could have been joking.
Word.
Okay. But
head nigga in charge and shit. Live nigga robs. Nah, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh man, yo, I think we're having like a good general convo. I don't even want to go through like the whole
no, we
trailer
can.
of the movie.
I mean, we can hit some points because I mean, it's a classic to. However you want to go with it.
What about the racism?
I thought you guys didn't like chains.
yo,
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yo, there's a
Does it-
lot of racism.
Am I bugging? Is there like a monkey line somewhere? Am I tripping?
Is it? I don't know. That might be the other movie.
I could be. Yeah,
The other one's definitely.
Yeah,
in
I'm
there.
blending. I'm blending.
yeah, that other one definitely
Yeah.
got
We got.
that
We
one.
got to get
That
that.
shit.
But not. Yo, but like yo, so everything's always for the black kids from
Yeah.
the Spanish
Yeah,
young lady.
Spanish girl,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like just wanting to be included like she wanted to be included. Why did they get to go on stage? Like, yo, them niggas about to get kicked out.
Yeah, you want me included in that?
Why you want to go up there? She's like, yo, it's always them.
Yo.
Like, yo, it was crazy. Like, to me, like, okay, how about Mr. Darnell? Miles from Soul Food.
Yo.
And I was about to say, this might be his only role where he's a solid dude.
Nah,
yo.
facts. Where he ain't a fucking scumbag.
I was 100% on his side in this.
Yo.
So I'm so.
All his scenes are dope to me. Like
remember Soul
he
Food?
killed.
That's the only one that I could think of.
Soul Food, he was
He-
smashing.
he-
was smashing
what's
his
her name?
cousin-in-law,
I know.
cousin Faye. He had her up
Yeah,
against
Faye,
the wall.
yeah.
Back to this.
Pumping.
Oh,
Pumping
and
in
yo,
the
Waiting to
slacks.
Exhale. Nah, Waiting to Exhale.
I never watched.
He
that
left,
movie.
you know what I'm saying?
Waiting to Exhale, he left
Angela
Whitney.
Bassett.
Oh, no, not
for
Whitney,
the white
Angela
woman,
Bassett.
yo. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
yeah.
and then he
Oh,
did her
yeah.
dirty at New Year's because he was like, yo, she shouldn't have to be alone.
Yo.
Yo, how you tell your wife that your joint shouldn't have to be alone?
See, we already talked. That's a next.
That's
year.
top notch fed up.
That's
yo.
a 2025
yeah, that's 2025.
episode.
Waiting to Exhale next
Waiting
year.
to Exhale is nuts.
I will
But
watch
for all the people that think there's colorism, Welch, Waiting to Exhale, lots of beautiful black women.
Yeah.
Oh, then nothing but.
Okay, I
Nothing
have to
but-
watch it.
Yo, we do hella black movies up in here. I would never violate. The only thing I violate is wearing black and yellow, black and yellow.
Ah, here we
But
go.
anyway, nah, it's
No-
not. It's
no
not. It's
football.
not a sports pod.
Right.
Continue on.
Yo, so, oh man, back to Mr. Darnell though. Y'all ever felt like y'all could flip the desk of the
Oh
administrator?
shit.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. There was a time I left the school that I'm at. I'll refrain from saying names, but
Yeah, no, for
course.
sure.
yeah,
Yes,
anybody that
please.
knows me, I know where I'm at. So
For sure.
yeah, I had to leave that building. Just 'cause I'm like, man, fuck y'all. And then of course, certain people leave and they call me right back, like, yo, this person, we got them up out of here. You willing to come back? And I'm like, yeah.
You're
I mean, because I
valuable.
feel like
There's gonna be some
sometimes like
furniture moving.
You know
teachers
what-
that are like how often have you guys found yourself at war with the rules in connecting with your kids?
all the time.
daily, right? But you pick and choose, right? So, I mean, just think about any of the laws. You pick and choose which one you're going to follow. You decide to speed, you're speeding. You're breaking the law. So when it comes to school and politics, you have to pick and choose which one are going to benefit the kids and which ones are going to work for you. And it's not like you're not going to go above and beyond. Like, I'm not telling you go kill somebody, but I'm saying, like, you have to be willing to teach in a way that will connect, right? And when they say that that's not the way, you're gonna have to finagle that bagel and get to that point where you're like, I know that little Susie's learning because. So it's like, I don't know,
Just picking your battles.
picking your battles.
Yeah.
Basically.
I would say I'm like the complete opposite, just because I'm not technically a teacher, so I don't have certain
Parameters.
guidelines that I have to go by. So for me, I tell administration, I tell fellow staff, students, yo, I'm here solely for the kids. Like,
dope.
no ifs, ands, or buts. So when I move, it's in the direction of them. So if ever we're not seeing eye to eye on certain policies, it's because it doesn't truly align for the kids. And that's where I always stand. And I guess that's kind of been my gift in being in the education system now for this four school years going. So
That's
You're
dope.
like the liaison between the kids and,
Yeah.
and the staff, yo. Like, I don't want to say like a lobbyist, but like you're
Yeah.
kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
To
Hey,
be able
listen,
to advocate for them.
school,
Yeah.
you're translating what the school wants from the kids, and then the kids are feeding it back to you, and you're like, hey, listen.
this is how we
Again,
gotta
this
get
is
it.
either
like
working
you're
or
the
it's not
mediator.
working. This is that's
like a
that's fire.
Like yeah, we could have
Yeah.
used the mediator.
Oh, yeah.
from,
Heavy.
from adults to children
Right.
and vice versa.
Heavy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
know
dope
what, I
that they have something to connect that.
Yeah.
thread.
I think like the height, like we care more about like kids' mental health, which is not even just kids, just people overall, but like definitely kids' mental health in the developmental stage. Like we care way more about that now. So it's dope that your position exists, yo. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
Because like obviously you're dealing with because I know where you're at, and you graduated from there. Even me being the youngest person on the pod right now, like when I graduated from there, very quickly it became like state-run type of situation, and then like you see how it's evolved from even when y'all were there. You know what I'm saying? It's leaps and bounds different from when I was there. So like seeing your position and a different approach and an unorthodox approach to education, and again trying to get kids to care about something. All right, yo, books ain't working, so let's try to get you in a trade.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
That's fire.
That's my thing.
So,
You know what I'm saying? Breaking that prison to pipeline fucking mentality, yo. You know what I
So
mean?
when we talk about how school has evolved, like be it school that we went to and all the way back to the movie, which is our source material, how does teaching to the test feel?
What's funny is we're still doing the same exact thing that they were doing in the movies. And it's more funny because I looked at the music teacher and I was like, if this isn't my music teacher, somebody needs to fire his ass because he's not teaching the kids how to read music and whatever, right? So I was like, it hit home and I was just like, we're still fighting those same battles, right? We're still teaching to the test. We're still expecting kids to basically learn things that it matters. I'm not saying reading is important, writing is important, math is important, but we're not giving them like that freedom to actually soak it up. We're like,
It's stale, I feel. Yeah, I feel like it's stale.
It's but it's still a standardized test, right? Like that, there's still, and it's even more so now, especially in math. Like since the MCAS came out,
exactly.
no kids left behind,
MCAS
more
is
kids
trash.
behind, making sure the prison, the pipeline system is intact from that test. So it's more so than it was 30 years. We're still doing the same exact thing, in my opinion.
And I mean, so I guess I'm going through the movie and thinking of how we could pose those questions to y'all. Have y'all ever dealt with children becoming parents?
I had a scare, and then it was just a scare, thank God. But 7th grade.
Damn. Yeah, 7th grade is wild.
7th grade is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I got too many.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think right now for sure, 4, and then 1 just confirmed literally today. Like he was telling me the story like a couple weeks ago. I thought he was lying, and I bumped into the young lady.
Wow.
So I started talking to her today, and yeah, nah, it's confirmed. So 4 and 1 on the way. 4 in the possible if we playing spades. Like, yeah. So yeah, man, it's happening nonstop, and unfortunately, like a lot of these parents aren't necessarily doing anything to stop it. Like these kids going home and their parents is they smoking together with their parents. I'm like, yo, I ain't know my pop smoked till I was 30. You know what I'm saying? Like I came back to visit from LA and like, yo, let's and I'm like, oh, word.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Whereas now y'all in middle school and mom is like, oh, I got 5 on a pack. You know,
Oh, man.
like
That
yo,
stole my vape pipe anyway.
nasty.
You might as well just like
like how am I supposed to say anything to this kid that's coming into school high and you know about it at home?
Smoked with your mom.
Bro,
Right.
and I Uber part-time, yo, and I picked up Abuelita and her fucking grandson or nephew or something. This kid couldn't have been older than 14, yo, and I'm bringing them to a spot and then back to their crib, and they're telling me about some spot that they could. He's like, "Yo, grandma, we could get some shit over the counter."
Like, what?
Like, I'm like, "Yo,
What?
This
Wait,
is
can I-
crazy
this
to me."
is
That's so
embarrassing.
open.
Yeah.
But my students be like,
hear a
"You're
lot
my
of crazy
grandmother's
shit.
age," and their grandmother's dead ass be my age.
But I mean, that just says that their grandmother's really young.
Granny young.
Yeah.
Granny young.
Yeah,
not-
that ain't
Granny
that
ain't
I was gonna say,
bad,
that ain't
though,
nothing
you know
on-
what I'm saying?
that ain't nothing on
Granny
you.
ain't Granny.
But
That ain't that bad.
so I'm like, in that sense, you're like, I have a student. Like last year, I had a student. The student was 12. Mom must have been 30. Grandma was 45.
Yo, grandma 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
about right. Like,
bro,
well, in
So
the
when
world
you're
that we
saying
in.
That
Yeah,
story, I'm
yeah.
like, because everybody's like the same age. Like, not saying that 12 and 45 is the same, because there's a
No, but the
difference,
thing
but
is-
think about the generations between that. There's only
I remember hearing on
One
a
or two
podcast
generations.
once about how like this generation is the first generation to be so culturally close with kids. So like, you know what I mean? Like your dad's music wasn't your music.
Yeah.
Like we are, for lack of better words, we're such a cool older generation
Yeah.
that stays like socially aware, and like, you know, the same way social media shrinks the globe, so that like you see what people in California are doing on a regular basis and you don't feel like they're a world away or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same way it does it with age. So like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, yo, I could ask you, I could ask my lady, I could ask you what TikTok dances are popping.
Right.
But I could also ask my stepchild.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
and everybody would know the trending TikTok dance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know to do the dance to the Kalani joint. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And it's like, and it's like I only seen it because one of the rookies did it on the NBA. Like you know what I'm
That's the
saying?
only
While I was
reason why I
getting
know
ready,
it. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I don't even use TikTok like that, and it's like it's crazy how just like culturally we're so close.
Yeah.
So it makes it so that divide when you talk about the ages. I mean, like I remember the first time I seen someone from my graduating class talk about their child having a child, and I was like, well. You had them when you were a
when
senior.
yeah.
And I'm like, if you had them when they were 18 and they outdid you, what can you say if they did it at 20?
Right.
Because now we're 38 and you're a
Right.
grandparent.
Right.
But they had theirs 2 years later than you had them.
Right.
Yeah.
So they kind of like, they doing better.
Yo, man, I do you one better. Yo, I got students that's like, yo, my mom used to have a crush on you when y'all was in high school.
100%.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
That
like,
make-
yo, so I done went to school. Like, your
checks out.
parents know me personally, and like you telling your kid stories about me. And I'm like, you gotta. Yo, I'm an educator. I need you to calm down.
Yeah. No,
calm down.
Dead ass.
Like,
No,
There's
boundaries.
You know what I'm saying?
Boundary
I need you to
lines.
understand this and
Girls would be
respect
like,
this.
Yeah, I remember she grew up in the Indian motorcycle club and they want to run a story. You'd be like,
Yeah, man.
I grew from there. Can you not?
It's wild. I be having a call like, yo, listen, this is Mr. Tyler. This ain't Tim. Relax.
Yo,
Relax. Relax. They don't need to know Tim.
And they still got a crush on you. They looking at the yearbook while you on the phone.
Like,
Having you call because now they got your number.
yo, 3 cuts in the eyebrow trying to wild out.
Whole thing.
Listen, man, yeah.
They got the picture of Tim with the Tim with the big earrings.
Yo,
Remember the Dipset?
man, the Killer Cams. I got them. Yo, I remember that was Filene's. That's when Filene's was open. I saw them joints. My mom was like, "What you want with these grandma earrings?" I said, "Don't worry about it. I need those.
I'm doing
Let me
something.
get that."
Yo, earlobe hanging
Yo,
down
wow.
your fucking neck.
That was
yo.
earlobe abuse.
Yo,
up,
dead ass,
dude.
dead ass.
Damn.
So, did you guys notice on the poster in the movie?
Okay.
There was a poster that was like, if you miss this period, you'll need more. You'll need to see. And so I was like, this is a very good.
I said what? You need more what?
It was like, if you missed your period, you won't need to see the principal or something like that.
oh,
guys notice
about
that?
pregnancy?
Like-
I didn't see
It
that
was,
one.
yes, it was on the principal's door, and I was like, wow.
I did not see that one.
I can't. Yeah, I just knew you guys were gonna notice that.
Oh man, I gotta check.
Yeah, I didn't
it
pick
out.
up on that.
Yes, you
That's
do.
a reason to watch it back.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all of these subtle things, they make so much sense, and like, it builds if you pay attention to all the
Yeah.
little things around. It builds to like, okay, so we know someone else is gonna become pregnant. I think like that picture is shown right before he was talking about talking to the young ladies who were talking about their kids, and he was like, "How's your kids doing?" or whatever, like they were on the payphones. Like, I'm not embarrassed of my child. She's not embarrassed of me. Blah blah. So it was all
that
like
was-
everything set the tone for what was coming next. But I don't think anybody has ever.
Yo, that was a lot of trauma for that girl, Kanisha's character.
Yo,
Like yo,
and was such a great kid.
it was one. It was one. Like I mean, I know it's one school year, but I was like, yo, they gave her the pregnancy and the kick out of the house.
But that makes
Like they
sense.
couldn't add that to another kid.
But if
like I
she
was
felt
like the whole time you trying to do what you got to do in school.
Facts. And
Like, she
consistently, mom ain't shit. So
And tried to-
that's the hovering trauma that just
But
ain't
if
going
she
nowhere.
felt
That's the black
rejected At
cloud.
home, she would want to feel like she was wanted by someone. So it made sense that that character played that role.
And what made it better is they didn't have her get pregnant by like Kid Ray. They didn't have her get pregnant by the
Like-
dude
like
that
a-
wanted to go to the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yo, they had the dude that was supposedly like, student body president. Thought he was
Kid.
Yes.
all like, all
She
buttoned
ate
up.
she ate his ass up at
Yo,
the
she
end,
killed
yo.
him at the
facts.
she
Yeah,
killed
at the rally. Yeah.
She killed him at the rally.
Killed him.
But yeah, like
You ain't taking care of your responsibilities like a man. Hey, you.
But the good thing about that is to show that like anyone can fall short.
Yeah.
And like I hate to say it, but like you don't like when the chips are down, you don't know if like the one that's Kid Ray got some girl pregnant and was hustling to make sure they had money.
Right.
Meanwhile, the dude that you think just off perception is the one that has a future. He's going somewhere. He pulls the ain't shit dude move.
Right.
And he's like, yo, that ain't me. And she's like, yo, I haven't slept with anyone else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you never know who could, like,
And that's
really
real
not
life.
hold it down when it comes
Yeah.
down to it.
That's real life.
Yeah.
You know, valedictorians just like, damn, what you doing now?
Like, I never thought you was going to be the one that was going to fall short on life. But,
Yo,
yeah.
for
that
real.
There was no
was-
follow up with Kid Ray, right? It was
Nah.
like he left the school and
He
then-
walked
and
out
that
the
was
school.
it. And then that was
You'll
it,
be
right?
Well, he got
in a
beat
year.
up and
That's
then
what
he
he told
came
me.
back.
You'll be dead in a
He
year.
said, yeah, I'm going to drop out. Yeah, there was no follow up.
He said, I'm not dropping out. I'm moving on.
Right.
Wonder if
Yo.
Kid Ray made it.
Yo, have y'all ever dealt with kids?
Because I should have did
movie.
I should have did a
Yo.
little bit
Follow-up
more
Kid Ray.
research,
Kid
but
Ray
I could have
spin-off.
swore didn't the real life like Joe Clark, didn't he get fired?
Oh, I don't know the
Very,
I-
like,
I
soon?
meant- I
I
meant
feel
to
like
look
he got
that up.
fired very soon.
I read it years ago, but I want to say that I know he lost his wife. Because when
Yeah, he said that in
when
the
he
movie.
passed away, his daughter wrote an article
Oh,
in the
okay.
New Jersey
Like,
paper. And
Okay.
he was just like, my dad was dedicated to the kids.
Okay.
The superintendent dude or whatever, he said your wife left you.
Yeah.
Like in the movie.
Yeah.
He says it real quick. Like he's like, I was like, oh, I never paid attention to that line. Like,
yo, but I ain't going to
They're back and forth. Damn, is he alive? He passed away?
I'm not sure.
Please, let me pull up the.
Oh man, but like that, I can see how the education world is like super taxing. Like if you truly give it all that you have, it's like you become so emotionally invested that by the time you get home, you ain't got nothing else to give. Like
Yeah.
so unless
I mean, it takes a certain type of person to be the spouse of
Yeah,
someone that is
absolutely.
going to give themselves tirelessly
absolutely,
to things outside of you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's why, that's why I think all of us that like are very busy people have to appreciate that our mates respect the fact that we're so busy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
So yeah, Robert.
a lot of people
don't.
be too needy for that. They ain't got time
Way
for
too
it.
clingy.
They don't got time for you to be like doing so much other stuff.
Yeah, he played Rafiki.
Oh, passed.
Passed away 2017.
Oh, it was Rafiki too. Shout out.
Yeah.
We did Lion King.
But yeah, all their dialogue was fire back and forth.
Yo, he went crazy.
Yo, there's
love
dope
it.
actors in here because I loved him versus what we say, Mr. Was it Daryl?
Darnell.
Darnell, yeah, Mr. Darnell, yeah. Like all him and Morgan Freeman scenes were fire. So.
I really want to know like, and I should have Googled. Maybe one of you guys did. Like, was the school really like that, my nigga? Like
So I think they
graffiti
said that
was everywhere.
Yes,
like
yes.
Yeah.
that
20
school
years.
was
But they took
crazy,
the
son.
last 10 years and they put it into one.
They shortened
year
it.
So you could have a good movie.
Okay.
All inside the like that. I need
it
to
was
look
the
this up because that was
80s.
OD. Like the teacher came in with the work.
Yeah,
came in
because
with
we
the
didn't really.
work.
We talked about the early opening scene. We didn't even talk about when they flash forward, and it's like,
Yeah,
yo,
first off,
this-
beautiful camera shot. Same hallway. To see it
And
look
just
so
that
different
fade.
Yeah.
from 64 to 84.
Yeah.
Oh, 67 to 87.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's important because the crack
Yeah,
epidemic
for sure.
started about 8
100%.
yeah, 4 so.
Like to watch that hallway look that different.
Yo,
I was
bananas.
like, what?
They're throwing
Yeah, Commerce looked kind of
toilets
crazy after I
out the
graduated.
window.
So
They're throwing toilets out the window.
Yo, like, come on, son. Like, and
You
then-
only you see this. All right, my fault. Not to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
nah.
I watch a lot of I've watched a lot of comedies, right? I've watched a lot of movies in general, but like a movie like this is clearly a drama. But that shit you see in like white high school movies, but the white high school movies are usually comedies.
right.
Right.
So it's like, oh, the high school is crazy. They're fucking
They throwing
what I'm saying?
toilets out of
Dunking
the
a kid
window.
in the fucking, you know what
Giving
I'm
them
saying? Like,
swirlies.
yeah,
nah,
exactly.
the most graphic is when they were fighting in the cafeteria.
that was
They barely
yo,
started the fight,
Fam.
and that teacher got
Fam.
killed.
Like,
I
they
don't care.
jumped. Yeah, you run it back. He jumped right on the teacher unprovoked. Yo,
Like,
that was so.
I ain't gonna hold you.
you
Watch
trying
that
to get
shit
at
as a kid. That
Continuously
scene-
banging his head.
That shit
into the
traumatized me as a
ground,
kid, yo.
And like you just see pool of blood, and then
Yeah.
he's just dragged on the stretcher. I was like,
she like,
yeah, y'all ever seen anything like that?
hell no. See, like,
Like
that
where
to me
teachers
was
got
mad
beat up by the
unrealistic.
So we cannot say that it hasn't happened because Springfield has
Yeah.
had.
Okay,
I
so
believe that it could. I believe it could happen, but
You just over here like, it ain't gonna be me.
That was me and you trying to get at each other. You interject, and I say, "Nah, never mind
Nah.
the nigga I got the beef with, teacher."
Yeah.
you take. You
So
went. Come
crazy.
on,
So
son. What we
I
talking
feel
about?
like though, it's really respect you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that was to happen, where people were fighting, somebody would jump in.
And
Like,
we do
that's
see
the
those viral
teacher.
joints where like the teachers and the kids be
Yeah,
getting
a
into
kid- a
it.
kid'll-
But that's where it comes back to the rapport building that
Yeah.
y'all do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, no,
Like,
no, no.
you get too loud. You be like,
I ain't never
"You're
been
not
hit,
getting loud."
nothing. I break up a fight quick. Nah,
At our
never.
alma mater,
I'm not
yo,
breaking up a fight. I'm sorry.
I remember
I'm sorry.
before I even transferred
my
over there, I
favorite.
remember Katsky calling me after school every day when some wild shit would happen. And when they had their blackout, I remember him calling me. He's like, "Yo, teachers were getting fucking hit with lunch trays." Like,
What year is this?
yo,
This
this
is
had
right
to
after
be,
you finished.
Yeah, so
Word?
this had to be
They finished.
my sophomore year. So 06, 07?
Okay, so
06,
06,
right
that
after
was
you-
that was my senior year, but I had left to Virginia my
Word,
senior
yeah,
year.
there was a
Oh, you
blackout.
didn't finish here.
Nah, I finished my
Oh,
senior year
okay.
in Virginia.
There was
Got
a
you.
blackout, I think, in the entire school, yo. And then I think, like specifically, they were like, "Yo, you know where the lunch, where the cafeteria
Yeah.
is at, yo, was in
the
the
cafeteria.
sub,
Yeah.
yo. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking windows. It's the blackest of the black, yo. They said, yo, the moment that the fucking lights went out, it was complete pandemonium. And they said, I think at least one teacher got knocked
Yo,
out.
and that was still the hard lunch trays,
Check
the
them out. Who was
the joint you had to go
principal
return.
then?
I don't know. I wasn't going to the school at the time. I didn't get there until beginning of my junior year. And I graduated from there, but yeah, yo.
Wild times.
Yeah.
Wild
Wild, yo.
times.
Wild, yeah.
What a
yeah,
building. What a
yeah.
time.
Yo, literally freshman and sophomore year, because like where I went during freshman and sophomore year, you know, I'm in a predominantly white fucking high school, yo. Now I see my share of some bullshit, but like, yo, my best friend is calling me every day, like, yo, bro, this is a fucking movie. Like, yo, it's
Yo.
like, nah, this shit gotta be made up. And it's like, nah, wild shit was happening every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
2,000-3,000 kids in a building.
I'm dealing with kids popping pills, showing up to school. Kids is drinking vodka and orange juice first period. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with white high school shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
know what
shit
I'm
I didn't
saying?
believe that was really
Wait, so where
happening.
did you
Yeah.
start?
What's up?
Where did you start?
So yeah, I got kicked out 7th grade. I got kicked out of Van Sickle, and then I went to West Side until junior year. Yeah, then transferred over. Yeah.
It's funny you said 2,000-3,000 people in the building because they had that meeting when he was when he first met Miss Barrett, who's absolutely a crazy character.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But she was like the person that was directly against him. That was like
Oh,
a
you're
parent.
talking about
Yeah.
The parent, yeah.
But
Bitter Betty.
yeah, her.
Okay.
So but he said
forgot this shit.
there's
I tagged you.
there's 300 bad apples trying to save 2,700 kids.
Right.
How often have you guys
A lot of fucking.
had to remove a child to save the rest of the class? Like if their behavior or something like that compromised how everything went.
As much as I would love to, like, I'm more so along. I align with ideologies like that, but in today's restorative practices and everything is kumbaya and let's talk everything out, and that's not me. Like, I'm very much so like, cool, I do want to talk and let's help facilitate this and get this right. But if you just don't get it, yo, sometimes you got to learn the hard way. Sometimes you got to bump your head. And that I align with Joe Clark with a lot of, yo, I'd have rather cleared out a bunch of motherfuckers early. But instead it's, no, just let them keep coming back. Let them keep coming back. And eventually they start to mess up the culture of the building. Sometimes you can't change it no matter how much you want to, no matter how much light you shed on whatever it is that they're into and interested in, and how much you pour into them. Like, unfortunately, sometimes they just are who they are, and we got to accept
I
that.
think that's a good word to use when you talk about pouring into them. I feel like sometimes with you guys, and they don't speak to that for teachers,
Yeah.
but like sometimes you guys are pouring into like cups with holes in them.
Yo.
And they're
Yo.
expecting y'all to fill it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
Like it's like, yo, y'all want to patch these holes first?
Yo.
And then I can get back to pouring.
Right. I'm in middle school, so I can't, there's absolutely no kicking kids out really. Like,
Really?
we'll like do all these studies on these children, but then they'll just be like, all right, that's not enough data. So we're constantly redoing what we just done. So a lot of it is politics and this kid leaves, then we won't get money. And so it's always like the money trumps.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, it all ties into, like, till I started in schools, I realized how much of a business schools are.
Speaking of the money trumping things, right back to the beginning of the movie. Like, yo, he's over here trying to teach the kids. They having a meeting behind his back. And they made everybody agree that they could get a raise if they get him out the school.
Right.
That's
But
crazy.
I completely missed that part. I was like, what is the movie? What is this about?
Hey,
if
that
we
shit
should-
would never happen.
Yo, if we transfer you to school 6, we can all get the raise. And we agreed. That's when he stood on the table and was like,
Yo.
put the dollar in his face and said, pay your bills, man.
Right.
Like, yo, I'm wondering if there was unions and shit back then. Like, I want to know
I
how
thought that was-
Like,
realistic
they was
that
trying
was.
to develop
I
a
thought that's
union.
Yeah.
what that
But see
was.
how
That's what it
unregulated
was.
the union
Yeah.
could be when like you're trying to establish it and it's not already established. So there's no real hierarchy. So he's like, yo, I was with y'all negotiating, and they're like, no. Like they came to us and undercut him.
Yo, but I ain't gonna hold you. See how like that motherfucker's mad unstable, yo. If he was my coworker,
Okay.
yo, listen, dog.
Let's
I
hear it.
you.
Let's hear it.
Nah,
No,
facts.
the thing is he's a rebel.
Yeah.
He's a rebel.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's a rebel with a cause. So
Yeah.
you try to treat him like he's not a rebel because he has a cause. But it's like some of that stuff, like what's her name, Miss Levias, like when she's like, yo, nobody knows what you're doing. He's like, that's exactly how I like it. Like, nigga, you
Yeah,
can't
Nigga,
work
somebody
like that.
gotta, my nigga, somebody
Where's
gotta
the
know.
structure? Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
like somebody
We
gotta
gotta have a
line with
plan.
But to
In
your
my
point
mind, it
though,
was the
that
left not
the
knowing what
10
the
year
right would do
to the 1
because
year.
let the right know they might violate the left. So as long as everybody knows that you are all being mistreated, then you are all being treated. The only fair thing about him was that he was mistreating everyone fairly.
So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
think about
Yeah,
it
he gave hell
in
to
terms of
everybody.
what are those, the Marvel movies? Like that was like we witnessed his origin story.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why he was like that. Because when they turned on him,
Right.
from then on, it's like, yo, I can't share my
Right.
plans of revolution and we uprise together. Like there's
That's a
no
great tie-in.
togetherness.
That's a great
Right.
tie-in.
So then it's like from then on, for the rest of the movie, he's like, nah, like I'm gonna get this done. And
Yeah.
I can't tell y'all niggas because y'all niggas is gonna stop it.
I didn't even know what the meeting was about, but I was like, oh, it's because he had to quit his job the first time that he had to be so crazy and he couldn't let even her know what was going on. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch that part because I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, he had to quit, and it's because whatever. Anyways,
Yo, I'm one of them guys that like I'm super positive, like, you know what I mean, like y'all know me outside of work and outside of like I'm a super positive dude, but I hate like too much kumbaya shit in movies. Like I hate certain things. So like the ending of this movie, like not to jump to the ending,
Oh
but,
nah, go ahead.
but like, fam, you locked up, you in this cell, and out of nowhere now, here we're able to pass test scores to you, and we passed, and everyone is
Like, it took half
and
the
then we
fuck-
did. Get the fuck out of
Yo.
here! Nothing would happen like that.
To your point, it took half of the movie to get the pre-test scores.
Yo, that's a,
But I swear they took the last test at like 48 minutes and at like 56 minutes they had the scores. And I was like, how'd they get those scores so quick?
I think you guys were supposed to like fill in the blanks that like a couple of days went by and
Oh,
all this
definitely
stuff
was a couple
happened.
days. But
I
it was
think, like,
he was waiting for the other ones. He was like, yo,
was
where
like,
are they? He was like,
I
you go
know.
get them. Another person got them. He yelled at her because she didn't go get them. Like, you better damn well get it yourself.
Next time, get it yourself.
yeah. When I
Oh man, wait.
yo,
Now that we mocking,
got
what's your favorite line before we even leave? What's your favorite line from the movie? What's your favorite line from the movie? I know I got mine.
Oh nah, mine is supremely, despite popular belief, I'm the head nigga
From the
in charge.
superintendent,
Yeah, from
okay.
the superintendent all the time. Yo.
What's yours?
Yeah. I mean, it's the cliche. It's like it's funny as hell to me. It's always gonna be you smoke crack, don't you? Like
Yeah.
no
That's
matter
yours?
what.
Like, we could just say it together.
Like
You
it's
smoke crack, don't
always
ya?
that's always
not
gonna be
mine.
What is
hilarious.
yours?
Mine is when he has that meeting and he's like, to transform and transmogrify the school to a special place.
His word. What is the word that T.I. says? On expeditious. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
but-
nah, but
Expeditiously.
that's the same. That's y'all scene because he says you're killing yourself. So why you stop fucking around? And just do it
Do it expeditiously.
Don't you smoke crack?
you smoke crack, don't you?
Yo,
And then the
telling
next
a
scene, he'd be like,
14-year-old
"Everybody
to
get to
jump
class."
off a building is
It's wild.
fucking crazy.
Wild.
Yo, nah, and we can't leave without talking about the bathroom scene where they're singing the new
Oh,
song.
Fair East Side.
'Cause,
Come on,
yo,
that's fire.
yo,
Way
so-
too many niggas in the bathroom.
I don't know if y'all had ever
Sing
seen
it.
the movie. I'm pretty sure it's the movie No, I think it's Widows.
Nah, what's that?
It's Viola Davis and I think Michelle Rodriguez. There's a few women. Their husbands are heistmen. They all die in a heist, but they gotta start paying the money back for them type shit. So I'm pretty sure. I think I've only seen it once, maybe twice. But anyway, there's a scene in that where Daniel Kaluuya, he makes the cool. I don't know if you guys know who the cool kids are. Chuck English and
I seen that on a meme.
You've seen this
because it's like
he's
in a basketball court.
It's in
or
a
whatever,
basketball
and
court, and he's
looking at
in
him
his
like
face.
this
So
and
in the
singing.
scene, context, they ran off with some money or some shit. They find them hiding at the high school. So he makes them. He's like, "Oh, y'all niggas in there beatboxing, yo, rap, yo."
Yeah,
So he's in
that.
their face making a rap. And I just can't help but like parallel them two scenes because Joe Clark is like, because they singing so good, but they are ashamed because they're like, yo, we just got caught skipping.
He was shocked.
And they're singing so beautiful, and they're just like, they're trying not to look at him in his eye and
They're
shit.
mad
yo.
timid, and then like every time the dude does like the
high-
parts in between, like Joe Clark goes from looking at the group
To snapping at, he's like, oh shit, huh?
it's mad funny.
Like,
and
don't
then,
sing
like,
too good.
Sam's is like lip singing the whole time. It's just mad stuff going on.
Yo, that's my favorite scene for sure.
Nah, Joe Clark had the fun moment too. Like the moments of fun, like when he jump rope with the kids.
The double, the double dutch was
Joe
dope.
Clark, he's on time.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, Sam.
and then-
When you see Sam's fall,
Yup.
he's mad tired.
I think my part was when he asked the white kids to sing.
Yeah,
And the
and
white
they
guy
couldn't
was
sing
there,
for
like,
shit.
some things you just can't teach.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, okay,
Yo,
so
I like that.
No,
I
when
like
he
that
made them
reverse
get up-
exploitation.
Oh nah,
Yeah, for sure.
No,
Yes,
no
yes,
racial when I
that's
say
what it
this. Pardon me, but he was like, "You a bunch of niggas, spicks, and all right trash." Yo, I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, you can't
But-
say that as a principal."
But that's
Like,
your point, though. He gave it to everybody
Everybody.
unbiased.
said, "Get up, my
Unbiased.
white kids. These are my white.
These are my white kids. We're just fucking crazy.
These are
yo.
my white kids.
Damn.
They're just like you.
Is he
We're
Trump
all
before
broke."
Trump?
Yo, when the high school used to have a higher white population, so at one point there might have been a couple hundred white kids in that
course.
school, and three, 4 kids stood up.
Yo, nah, there was like a good
Yeah,
like
those are a little
40,
pocket of 'em.
40,
Yeah.
50.
Little
But I
pocket.
mean, you got to remember, he said 2,700.
Yeah.
So what's 50?
Yo, 2,700 in a high school.
Nuts.
Nigga,
That's
I'm-
after
I'm-
kicking
But
off
how
300
many
bad
times-
kids.
Yeah, bro, I'm claustrophobic thinking about that.
Yeah, that's what it used to be.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Now there's so many schools within the one
Within the
building.
school,
The
but
numbers
if
is
you had
different.
to count the kids, it would still be
Through
about,
all buildings, what is about?
I think my graduating class was 300.
Nah, it's still not. It's still not.
Okay.
Yeah, nah,
Like
nowhere
I said,
near.
I think
Nah,
my
'cause them halls
graduating
used to be
class
deep.
was like 300, like 3 and some change.
Yeah, but you guys started with 500 because we went in 500 strong. By the time it got to the graduating class, we were down.
You were down. Yeah. That shit.
So
Yeah.
Oh, man. Guys, any closing thoughts on Lean On Me? I think we had a good
That was
general combo
yeah.
about
I
it.
think that was really good.
Yeah, lean on me is solid. That's always it's gonna.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a cultural stamp.
It just in my family, you're just growing up. It was definitely one of those. It's quoted, it's rewatched. Like it's just comfort movie.
I think
Absolutely.
we're gonna
You know
watch
what I'm
it
saying?
at Thanksgiving. Like I'm gonna bring everybody together and be like, guess what, guys? We're all watching. Word.
Language is crazy.
Yo,
Joe Clark's insane.
For sure.
I think it's something that
He's definitely
definitely will.
fired.
I feel like it's too much of a classic too to like only be on streaming services that you gotta rent the movie from. Like,
Yeah.
all
I
right,
actually
why
bought
isn't?
'em.
Oh, you bought them?
Yeah.
Oh nah, I was like, nah.
We
I
got.
ain't.
Yo, matter of fact,
watching.
He's like, I got this
remind us. We got to
$2.99.
put you on.
Oh,
word.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna get you
I
right.
definitely should
yeah.
have hit you up. Like, can you just give me a login?
Yeah, nah,
No, it ain't. It's something else. Yeah, we gonna
Alright.
remind us as soon as it's over.
word. But
Yeah, we can't put that on the YouTube. But I think on that note,
yeah, man.
shout out to Royal Soul.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks y'all for coming
Yes,
by.
indeed.
And thank you guys for having me.
What you see is what you get. It's what you get. Then what you see is what you get.
Take